Meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the press at Al Beach Current, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, on the municipal website, filed in the office of the city clerk. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please, John.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have for our approval the minutes of our last meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion we approve those minutes. I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open for public comment. There are 3 minutes for anything you'd like to speak about.
Richard Patterson, 213 North Lancaster Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the Planning Board. We wrote a letter to all 3 commissioners just this week regarding Atlantic Avenue, which was forwarded to you by our attorney. I know you just received this letter and haven't had time to digest it or even read it, so I don't want to discuss that letter in detail now, but the board would like to discuss it in detail later. But the board is concerned that a bicycle and pedestrian study is currently being done. The study includes a section on changing Atlantic Avenue from 4 lanes down to 2 lanes. This portion of the study has been referred to in various ways. In the city calendar, it's referred to as a dot safety study. Other references are to a road diet or road shrinkage or scaling down. We feel that the public should be informed now that all these terms mean changing Atlantic Avenue from 4 lanes to 2 lanes. If this committee wants public input, we believe that this action will get it. The same action happened in Wildwood Crest, where eliminating lanes was called scaling down. The ordinance passed, and then the public got up in arms and felt that they were left out of the decision-making. There was a contentious referendum, and the ordinance was reversed. It would be a shame if the same thing happened in Margate. This could be avoided if the issue was brought out into the open now. Something should be in the press, the current, whatever. Currently, the Planning Board is working on a new master plan and a long-term sustainability plan. We feel that a major decision like this should also come before the Planning Board when the committee finishes its work to coordinate it with the rest of what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. This for the public, this is a study that's funded by the Department of Transportation, done by an engineering firm out of Pennsylvania. Do you remember the name, Ed?
Urban engineers, Mayor. Urban engineers.
Correct. Okay. They will make recommendations at some point. It is, I don't know what those recommendations will be. There will be public input. Everything, as I understand it, in all our studies are to go through the Planning Board, so that will come back to you at some point in the Planning Board, Rich. Okay?
Mayor, if I could just make I'm sorry, there is a website to this effect about the study, and there has been numerous hits on the website regarding this, so there is a mechanism right now where people can make comments as to their pro or con for it and different things.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Rich.
Mayor, may I? Rich, you can sit there. I just want to address 2 points that I want to make. Is first off, I did read. I didn't really digest, but I did like, I read Stan's letter and then your recommendations that you guys have thought about and had discussions about. And some things really came to the top, and I really like some of your ideas. And I think the one thing you have to understand is we're not going to do anything as a commission without the input of the public and our planning board. And as we go through the planning process, which is for our master plan, it's still months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months away. We'll have that period of time to have during our public sessions for input. We'll be able to have that viable discussion, because some of the things that you recommended, your board recommended in that letter, were valid, really good ideas. So it's an ongoing thing, and everybody's going to be a part of it. Nothing's going to be ran through the commission and decided on without the help of our planning board.
It was just the terms that were being used to describe the study that upset me, rather than just saying reducing it from 2 days to 4 days to 2.
But I don't even think we had the study yet, do we?
No.
It's not going to be.
It's not- it's
Okay.
not complete. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for your comments, Rich. Any other public comment? Do you want them this time? You can push the button.
Sewell, 22 West Drive, following up on the previous speaker's comments and Assemblyman Amadeo's comments. If indeed we have a window of opportunity in a number of months, why isn't there a non-binding referendum on one of the regularly scheduled election periods so we can get input from the people? To me, it's brain dead to go from 4 lanes to 2 lanes. All you need is one goofy driver to be a cork in the bottle. And, you know,
John, that hasn't been recommended yet, so.
I understand, but when and if it's going to be recommended, why don't we have a more transparent approach to this? And just as with the authorization of money to fight the dunes, having it a non-binding referendum. In fact, I concur with Steve Werner insofar as this next 100,000 should have also been put to a referendum. You know, not just mayor's so concerned about 4,000 and he's oblivious to 100 grand.
4,500, John.
I saw $100,000, 4,500
Yeah.
compared to 100,000 to Mr. Andrews of dubious distinction. He's as creative as you, Mayor, in spending money, other people's money. But also, while we're on the topic of spending money, Mayor, why don't you do your job, the JOB, and comply with the state statute, Mayor, concerning the canine census? You know, Deanie called the police chief's bluff about wanting to do the canine census. And the chief called his bluff and said, yes, he will. With one little proviso, is that the monies collected go to the police department. And I have nothing against that because we're losing this revenue stream anyway. Why not take this revenue stream and get it year in and year out? People will be able to secure dog licenses 24/7 and cat and feline cat licenses 24/7. And I think that's a real service. And if the police chief is willing to go along with it, let him have the monies collected. I don't think that is a bad idea. I think it's a good idea because we're not getting a dime right now. And also enable us to eliminate that loophole which gives people that 72-hour window every weekend to bring their pit bulls down here, unleashed, unregistered, and a threat to the public safety. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, John.
Mayor, for the record, not for you, John. I just want to say regarding the Atlantic Avenue situation that I believe the police chief, along with our grant writer and Commissioner Amadeo, have done the right thing. We have gone out. We have in the summertime dangerous situations on Atlantic Avenue the way it exists now. There's no secret that there's issues there. And so for me, this is a matter of public safety. And in that regard, we have asked a professional engineering firm for their help and assistance, guidance, and recommendations. I think we're right on tune and on point with what we're doing to date. And I wanted to get that on the record. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other public comment? The motion to close public comment.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Is there any public comment on resolutions?
Here we go.
Steve Warner, 103 North Sumner Avenue. First of all, I'd like to agree with Commissioner Blumberg and other people that I think the study of Atlantic Avenue is a good study and very possibly what the city needs. I know a lot of the older people that I've talked to are concerned with the speed, and also it's only a matter of time before somebody gets hit, and God knows nobody wants that. That's number one. Number two, with regards to Resolution 22-2016, the additional monies to be spent for the legal representation of Margate. I recall being here maybe a year ago, maybe 18 months, I don't know exactly when it was put up that $200,000 to be spent for legal representation. And I said at that time that if you're going to take this to the state Supreme Court or to the United States Supreme Court, which is where it could possibly end, this is going to cost you a hell of a lot more than $200,000. And I guess I've been proven right on that one, and we haven't gotten to even the district court yet. So the point is, where is this going to end? Okay? And if you think another $100,000 is going to do it, you're wrong. Okay? It's going to be, I would say, an absolute million, a minimum, $500,000, $1 million, could be $2 million to go to the Supreme Court, and this case would not be heard by the Supreme Court. Okay? They won't even take it. So it's time to cut the losses, to realize what's going on here and get what you can get, because it's not going to happen, okay? This is wasting taxpayers' money, okay? It's a waste. And this is going to come back to bite certain people in their bottoms, okay? So I would think that when you have the chance, if we have a chance to make a deal, make a deal. Don't be stupid. Okay? And let's not waste the taxpayers' money. It's already $200,000 wasted. At least try to get something out of it and going nowhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Anyone else?
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, a resolution near and dear to your heart, even though you can't vote on it per se. I tend to think that there may be one or possibly two errors in that resolution. Can we correct them now? And worse yet, it's an error that was in before on a previous resolution. And I don't want these things to be bollocksed up to where you don't get paid, Mayor.
Do you have any idea?
Can we stop the clock and find those two possible errors, Mayor?
Why don't you?
Stop the clock, Mayor.
What? Not stopping the clock, John.
I'm not the city clerk. I'm not paid to crank these things out, Mayor.
I understand that. Well, why
Come
don't you
on,
tell the
city clerk.
why
It's
don't you-
18-20.
Clerk, take it easy, we're gonna figure it out.
We'll stop the clock, Big John.
I'm not stopping. You're-
Yep, you're right.
I'm always right.
Number 18.
I'm always right. I realize that
Where's
it...
the second
I-
mistake?
Oh, well, it depends on your definition. Your definition. I don't know what the city clerk defines bi-monthly to be. What does she mean by that?
Twice a month.
They're wrong, Big John. You're wrong, Big John.
Isn't bi-monthly twice a month?
Giovanni, you'd never cut it in the business world, I hate to tell you.
That's why I wasn't in the business.
That's right. That's right. Can we correct the verbiage there? I realize that not everybody has received proper erudition, and the poor mayor spent too much time on the wrong side of Ridge Pike. Can we have proper verbiage put in there? Not bi-monthly, it's semi-monthly. It's a term of art. And I realize the people... Semi-monthly is the correct terminology. If we're in business, this is the problem. You have people running a multi-million-dollar municipal corporation, and they're sloppy with their language. It's inexcusable, Mayor. You have an excuse, Mayor. The other two youngins there don't have an excuse. But this has to be stopped. I'm tired of making the corrections. Also, could you explain Resolution 21-2016, the 17.5K and the 5K? Are they one and the same? Are they distinct? Are they different? Can we have some definition, some definitive explanation, perhaps? And if you will, stop the clock, Assemblyman.
I will do that. I'll stop it, Judge.
I realize it's
But
one
you
of your
owe-
executive decisions.
You owe me, what are you talking about?
Resolution number 21-2016. I see two different sets of numbers there, and I don't see any delineation in those numbers. I don't even know what an employee assistance program services is all about, to be honest with you, other than the fact that it's more than $4,500, both of them, Mayor, and I don't think we're getting diddly squat out of them. City Clerk?
Where's the mistake, John?
It's not a mistake, it's that what is the 17.5K?
This is not to exceed, it's 17.5.
And where does it differ from the 412 per month, or roughly 5K per year? More than the 4,500 that we quibble about.
That's the proposal we received. That's what it's going to cost us.
So it's not going to cost 17.5, but
That's right.
rather 412. Is that correct?
That is
Times
what-
12 times 2.
412 times 12.
The anticipated term of the contract is 2 years.
Yes, it is.
So the number is close.
It would still be far below 17,000.
Well, not far below, but it is below, and it leaves room for adjustments and/or modifications and/or special services if we need them.
What precisely are these services, Commissioner?
John, are you going to apologize and say you're sorry when we're done here, John, or?
If I'm
Am I
ever
expected
wrong,
too
if
much?
I'm ever wrong, Mayor, I'll be the first one to apologize.
Okay, you said the apology. Is that an apology?
Everything's an apology in life.
The 17.5 is the cap that the state puts on us if we do not have a qualified purchasing agent.
Okay?
The
But this
program
purchasing
is-
agent is willing to do 412 over
That
a
is
two-year
what we were
period.
billed, that is
John,
what it...
I really have to tell you, this is the first time since Fred brought us the clock that I really miss telling you that your time's up.
Well, you have that privilege today.
I just-
Exercise it.
Any other public comment? Motion to close
I'll
public.
make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna, please,
Please.
ordinance introduction.
I'd like a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 2-2016.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion to introduce ordinance number 3-2016.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion to introduce ordinance number 4-2016.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I'd like a motion for resolution number 18-2016, authorizing bill payment to Colmar Home Center.
I'll make that motion.
May I have one?
Yeah. Second.
Okay. Mayor Becker?
Abstain.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
I would like a motion for the rest of the resolutions, a consent agreement for resolutions 19-2016 through 23-2016.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Plumber?
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.